This week on the DMV Lacrosse Roundup, we went from Maryland to Virginia, public and private, and witnessed more high-impact lacrosse games than ever before. We faced off with the region's best and found out what it takes to be a champion. Ladies first, we couldn't just ignore 40 years of Title IX, nor could we miss some of the area's best athletes in action. To Potomac, where the St. Stephen's and St. Agnes Saints were looking to avenge an overtime loss earlier this year to top-ranked Visitation. First half, Michelle Phillips and the Saints draw first blood. And then here's a dart from Carly Reed to Lane Voorhees. Then Reed charges in and puts the Saints up 3-0, and it's not looking good for the Cubs. Reed again on the break, sticks it. Second half, Saints getting it done on defense. That's Gussie Johns in the goal, and that's a denial. Here's Reed again, doing it lefty. And then Reed on the break, fakes and buries one. Reed finishes with 6 goals, and Phillips chipped in another 4. Payback and another league title for the Saints. The only thing the Saints didn't have was their record-setting coach, Kathy Jenkins, who left town that morning to meet her brand-new granddaughter.
She's such an integral part of this program. I mean, we've just celebrated her 600 wins, and she's the one that comes to practice every day preparing us. And I think it was very bittersweet. I mean, she would have loved to have been here, but she also is so excited and just actually thanked the girls for allowing her to be with her family during this time.
Also looking for payback, the Academy of the Holy Cross. Their opponent, the owners of a 90-game WCAC win streak, Good Counsel. Senior attacker Monica Lucas getting her stick checked out. She's going to need that thing to work. And she's not the only one. Here's senior Shannon Gallagher with a free position and a goal. Then Gallagher isolates from behind, 2-0 Holy Cross. Good Counsel, back-to-back goals to tie it. But then here come the Tartans. Lucas ducking 2 defenders and breaking free to score. Free position for Lucas, put it in the bank. Gallagher from Nicole Lantha. Freshman goalie Jackie Branthauer, huge save. She had 11 of those. Then Shannon Spellisy, showing off her speed on the break, finds Gallagher, who switches hands and buries her 4th goal. Tartans snap the streak and steal the throne.
We played exactly how our game plan was, and the seniors stood strong, and we knew that this is what we wanted for a decade, and we just never gave up. We left our hearts on the field, and we just gave it all we got and come out big. So
all the years we've been here trying to get this is our goal, and it's just an awesome way to end. Like, this is what we wanted to do, like, meeting as seniors, and we did it. And I'm just so proud of everyone.
Like us on Facebook, where you can make suggestions, and follow us on Twitter for up-to-the-minute news and results. In the Mill Tournament, Middleburg Academy would have to get through the Heights before they could face a dominant Calverton team that won last year's title. They would do so by pumping in 21 goals. Here's Daniel Mangle weaving, face dodging, and finishing. Ryan Quick no-look to Emerson Fennell. Then Quick from up top, dodge, split, high bouncer. But for Middleburg, it was a slow march to a date with Calverton, who knocks off the Dragons to claim the 2012 Mill title. Over in the MAC, Flint Hill and Potomac fulfilling their date with Destiny, an annual meeting in the title game. 1 minute in, here's Kevin Haverman, puts his shoulder into it. Not to be outdone, Nick Peterson rips one, and we're tied at 1. Still in the first quarter, Panthers up 4-2, and here's Haverman again. That's a hat trick for him in the first quarter. Potomac running away now in the second. Matt Carney on the runner. Jack O'Brien on the face-off for Chris Grays. 9-2 Panthers. That's 7 unanswered goals. Potomac rolls and claims their third MAC title in the last 4 years.
Just a real testament to our senior class. A lot of great leadership. I think we finished on a 7 or 8 game win streak, and a lot of pretty convincing wins. Win the conference, get an IC win against St. Stephen's. So just the biggest thing is you got to give a huge shout out to senior class's leadership. So real proud of those kids. Feel good for them.
I think all of our seniors were really inspiring us to do well, and like we did, we executed.
Madlax is DC, Maryland, and Virginia lacrosse. Check out madlax.com for tryout information for the DC area's most competitive summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls. Build a strong case with Madlax.
1, 2, 3, Madlax! To Northern Virginia and Woodson facing South County in the Patriot District Final. The Stallions won this game by 1 goal earlier this season, but on this day, it would be all Cavaliers. Hunter Gutendorf working behind. Ryan Wade wants the defense to bite, and that's what he was waiting for. Wade again, splits, swims, and feeds a wide-open Joey Koshia to give the Cavaliers a 9-1 lead. Defenseman Eric Weed clearing the ball. Now he's got it cleared, and he's going for extra credit. Pat Valentina from way out nails it. Woodson looks to be heating up at the perfect time.
Overall, it was just a combination of much better teamwork and a few adjustments that we made differently from the previous game.
We knew they were a really good threat from outside, and so we wanted to pressure them outside a little bit more. And I guess it worked out for us.
Upset in the Concord district, where Oakton, who knocked off favorite Chantilly to get to the final, pulled one over on the Westfield Bulldogs. Tied at 1 when John Aversa makes a nice move to get inside and bury one. Michael Garcia to Kevin Hughes for the goal. Cougars coming back, Kevin Lohman on the clear finds Brian Oliver all alone, and we're tied at 3. Tied at 4, and Oliver to Evan Leland, Oakton on top, and that's the start of a 3-goal run. Bulldogs battling back, Jake Catchmark on the faceoff takes this one all the way to the goal. Then Michael Garcia ties it at 7 with this shot. Mocats on the clear, shoots falling down and Westfield back on top. But Leland hits Jeremy Marshall, and it's tied at 8. Under 2 minutes to go, fast break, Sean Schweiker finds Jack Harris, and that's the game winner. 4-seeded Oakton snags the Concord District title.
By number 27, Jack Harris for the Cougars.
The following week, Westfield looking for redemption against the surging Madison squad in the first round of the regional playoff. Matthew Arndt fires this BB top shelf and gives the Warhawks an early 2-1 lead. This lefty into the bottom corner by Ian Cook extends the lead to 4-2. Madison leading 5-3 before Mother Nature tells everyone to come back tomorrow. Westfield came back ready. John Aversa sparks a 3-goal burst with this roll dodge and finish. Here in the fourth, Aversa finds Michael Garcia and Westfield leads 9-8. This finish gives the Bulldogs more breathing room here, and they lead 11-8 with under 7 to play. Madison's Kyle Mancini from way outside cuts it to 1, but not enough time left. Westfield moves on. Quarterfinals, here's Langley versus South County. Saxon goalie Andrew Spivey keeping the Stallions at bay in the first. No scoring in that period.
Andrew Spivey with the save.
Second quarter, Hunter Bentz, bullet to the top shelf. Third quarter, Travis Gordon hits Luke Glass, bangs the pipe and gets South County on the board. More Luke, different team. Here's Luke Salzer with the lefty rip. Then Salzer with the righty. Tyler Worth shoots, gets his own rebound, and buries it. Stallions down by 2. Worth finds Taylor Basnum. South County within striking distance. Fourth quarter, Salzer to Michael Adams. Great touch here, Adams to Ahern, and that's going to do it for the Stallions in 2012. Langley moves on to the Northern Region semifinal. Westfield, still alive in Northern Region play, faced Patriot District champs Woodson in the quarterfinals, and here's a bad sign if you're sitting in the Bulldogs section. Scott Williams takes the opening faceoff all the way to the goal and puts the Cavaliers on top. Westfield battling back. Michael Garcia on the inside roll to tie it at 2. Garcia again. Bulldogs on top. Here's Marcus Berry subbing in, and too much momentum to stop that train. That's the end of a 3-goal run, and Woodson is up by 2. Sophomore Ryan Wade draws the short stick, and he buries that. Hunter Gutendorf swimming, spinning, and drilling this one. Gutendorf again up top, big lefty bouncer. Gutendorf had 3 as the Patriots sent the Bulldogs out into the cold for the 2012 season and advanced to the Northern Region semifinals. And now it's time for the College 30.
That's a great question, and the answer, unfortunately, is both. Coaches absolutely run these programs in order to, finance their programs and for development purposes, but they also recruit out of them. And what's difficult sometimes for families is understanding which bucket they might fit into. And the more salient question, I think, is there a potential recruiting benefit for me to attend this particular camp?
If you need help constructing and executing a successful college selection plan, visit bramlett-consulting.com for more information. In the Interstate Athletic Conference, Bullis look to follow up their perfect regular season with a conference title, but they would have to get past a resilient Episcopal squad first. Tied at 1 in the first, freshman Timmy Phillips takes it all the way himself with Maroon up 2-1. And then shortly after, Will Davey has his falling behind the back goal. Episcopal leads 3-1 after 1. This Kyler Balestri lefty rip to the back of the net ties the game at 3. Will Davey adds 1 more behind the back goal, and the Maroon go back up by 1. Bulldogs with a chance to respond. Matt Opsel fakes and ties the game again. Now tied at 5 in the third, and it's Mitchell Goldberg with this splash, and Bullis is on top. Goldberg again, and Bullis escapes with an 8-6 win. Awaiting Bullis would be the winner of a classic matchup between Landon and Georgetown Prep. To Bethesda we go, and it's Jack Cleary who strikes first. Landon's Hank Brown on the sweep, and we're tied at 1. Second quarter, Kyle Shanahan puts the Little Hoyas back on top. Great move and feed by Sean O'Brien, who connects with Matt Podolicchio, and we're tied again. Landon gets their first lead of the game with this goal by Charlie Schneider. But Shanahan answers on the feed from Liam Giblin. Tied at 4 in the third, and Alex Joyce continues to frustrate the Hoyas offense. Sophomore Jack Falk finds the corner, and the Bears are on top 5-4. Matt Podolicchio adds another, and Landon beats their rivals for the second time this season. So, Bullis and Landon move on for a rematch of a game won by the Bulldogs earlier in the year. The Bears came out firing, and especially Matt Podolicchio, who's involved in the first 4 goals of the game. This goal on the pass from Hank Brown is his third, and Landon leads 4-0. Bullis senior Kyler Balestri ends the drought with this laser to make it 4-1. Bullis goalie Brandon Burke made some terrific saves, but he can't stop this perfectly placed shot by Charlie Schneider, who puts the Bears up 6-2 in the third. Here's Balestri again, face dodge, and goal. And then again with the low to high rip. But a great season for Bullis ends in disappointment. Landon makes a statement with a convincing win over Bullis and claims their 28th IAC title.
They're supposed to be the new kid on the block, and we came in and did what we did, and we win the IAC championship. It's the best feeling in the world.
In the Montgomery County playoffs, defending regional champs Wooten would not get a first-round bye and traveled to Silver Spring to face a scrappy Springbrook squad. The Patriots, looking to get back to the finals, were all business. Here's Kirk Brooks with a clear and a goal. Austin Schoenfeld, big rip. Jake Dunlop with the ball, face dodge, goal. Hit hard after the play, but Wooten has the final word as they roll to the next round.
Well, we got Churchill on Monday, and it'd be at Churchill, so we got another tough game ahead of us.
The Churchill-Wooten rivalry heated up this year when Wooten won a thriller in overtime in Rockville. This time we go to Potomac, and the Bulldogs were hungry for payback. Matt Leonard started things off with a right-to-left split and stuff. Then Cam Machete finds Leonard, and Churchill is on top 3-0 in the first. Second quarter, and Kurt Brooks gets Wooten on the board. Patriot goalie Matt Hoy getting aggressive. Here comes Louis Dubik, and Hoy says, "Welcome to the playoffs." Churchill not intimidated though. Machete to Leonard this time. Hoy taking a chance with a long pass to Chris Cornelius, and they hit the jackpot. Second half, Machete on the clear hits Dubik, who finds Leonard, who puts it in the back of the net and gives the Bulldogs a 7-5 lead. But then Hoy, playing as if everything was on the line, probably because it was, here he is doing the work of 10 men, clears it, takes it inside, and scores the goal himself. But the Patriots just did not have an answer for the Churchill attack unit of Dubik, Leonard, and Matt Machete. Leonard nets 5 on the night, and the Bulldogs move on to play the winner of the Walter Johnson-Sherwood matchup.
Tonight we just made plays. We executed our game plan to a T. We did everything we set out to accomplish to do. The same game plan we had when we played Wooten in the regular season, and tonight we made more plays than they did.
Our defense played unbelievable in there. Peter Hurd made a bunch of huge saves, and then we scored when we needed to. Matt Leonard had a couple sick goals in there, and that's what you just got to do to win the game. We got it done today.
Same night, more rain, Walter Johnson on top 3-0, and here's Jake Verner realizing he's close enough to stick one. 4-0 Wildcats. Sherwood looking to get on the board. Griffin Paquin to Michael Crooks, who makes a great catch and shoots falling down. Then here's Michael Traynor sneaking inside and burying one. Wildcats responding. Andy Weissman gets just enough space, and it's 5-3. Then Chris Siogioji nails the top corner, and the Warriors are one away. Under 4 to play, Paquin to Traynor. Knotted at 5. We go to overtime, and Griffin Paquin takes a shot that rebounds out to Chris Voorhees, who appears to have the game winner. But wait a minute, says the rest. You can't have a man in the crease. No goal. Double overtime, and Voorhees gets another shot, comes off a pick, has space, great feed, and that's the game winner. Warriors advance to face Churchill in the finals. To Potomac, and Griffin Paquin starts things off for the Warriors. But then Churchill responds. Here's Louis Dubik to Matt Leonard. Dubik to Matt Machete. Matt Machete again from outside. Second quarter, Cameron Machete to Leonard. Machete to Machete. And it's just business as usual at the firm of Machete, Dubik, and Leonard. Cameron Machete. Goal. Dubik to Matt Machete. Leonard slips in and hits the runner. Then Matt Machete, look at this move to escape the double. And then Spencer Ralph, great play to get the ball to Leonard, who makes a nice catch and finishes. Leonard, Dubik, and the Machete brothers combine for 18 points and account for 11 of the 12 Churchill goals as the Bulldogs become the first team not named Wooten to claim the regional title in 7 years.
We have a lot of chemistry. We all grew up together. We all played together when we were little in the Bethesda program, and we just advanced to high school, and we've been playing pretty well together.
Sperry Tents, Washington, D.C. offers a range of tents, lighting, and flooring for weddings and events of all sizes. Working for Sperry Tents is also a great summer job for high school and college students. Visit us at SperryTentsDC.com.
In the WCAC tournament, the only question was who would face Gonzaga in the final. Good counsel and Paul VI making their case. And here's all WCAC attackman Connor Murphy with a hard move and a goal to start things off. Third quarter, tied at 3, and here's another first-teamer, Luke Poulos, refusing to give up the ball until he gets it in the back of the net. Then Poulos on the fast break. You can't touch this! Falcons up by 2. Chris Camarca working against the extra man. Nice stutter step, and he pulls the Panthers within 2. Then Murphy working behind, down by 1. But then Frank Perfetto with a big stick on the break gives the Falcons some breathing room, and they hold on to advance to the semifinals, where they fall to the mighty Eagles. On the other side, DeMatha takes down Riken to advance to the finals. Waiting for DeMatha on the other side of the field, a Gonzaga team with 19 wins this season and the past 2 WCAC titles. Early on, things did not look promising for the Stags. Alex Corboy from behind the cage, there's his first. Then Corboy hits Max Planning, who puts one through the 5-hole. Second quarter, Patrick Myers to Corboy, and that's 2 for him. Corboy again gets hit, recovers, and bangs in his third. He would finish with 4 on the night. Here's WCAC Player of the Year, Connor Reed, drawing his usual crowd, which must mean that Sean Whitcomb is wide open. Then Reed with 2 chasing, 1 sliding, no problem. That's a goal. Matt Justice scored all 3 of DeMatha's goals, including this behind the back. But there was just too much purple firepower to overcome. Gonzaga finishes the season with 20 wins and takes their 3rd straight WCAC title.
It feels just as good as the first year. It's really amazing. And this year, after we were doing so well, I got pretty nervous about this game because we really needed to close it out and just finish the season. And I think we might have just broken the top 5 in national rankings, so it's pretty awesome.
Find out why top high school, college, and pro lacrosse players drink Motive Pure. Order your 12-pack today at motivepure.com. Motive Pure, reinventing rehydration.
Don't look now, but it's time for Feed Your TV. This week's submission comes from Branson Packard, working on his skills in what appears to be his back porch, or some sort of medieval dungeon-type area.
The automatic sports!
Yeah, Branson, we appreciate that. And guess what? You're our winner. That's going to do it for this season's submissions, so until 2013, keep the cameras rolling and keep those TVs fed. This week's player in focus, Churchill junior attackman Matt Leonard.
I started playing when I was in about 3rd grade, and I started taking it a lot more seriously. I started playing travel with Bethesda when I was in 7th and 8th grade with Coach Dubig and Coach Stillwell. And that's when I really started getting into the game, started working on my game, hitting the wall, shooting a lot, and just took off from there.
Matt's an awesome player, great leader on the field, great leader off the field. The hardest worker we've had coming through Churchill in a long time. His strength is shooting. I mean, he's definitely he's a player that finishes plays, but if he needs to, he can dodge a guy and go to the goal and create as well.
I guess I just really like the sport. I love the pace of the sport. I love how it's a team-oriented game. I definitely like it a little bit more than basketball because of the pads and the contact and everything. I got a clutch super light. I've been using some sort of clutch since I was in maybe 7th grade. And then I got a gate ice right here, which I just started using this year. And I really like it. Really like the head. I've been using it for 5 years almost. I'm not going to say levels, but I'm definitely into the whole house dubstep scene. But I'm going to go with Empathy from Bass Nectar. It definitely gets me going.
Matt's very laid back. He's more of a leader by example. But when he does speak, everyone listens because they respect him so much. Fantastic leader on the field through his actions. As a unit, Matt Leonard, Matt Machete, and Louis Dubik are a phenomenal line. It's a 1-2-3 punch, and nobody in the county can match.
States are bust pretty much. I mean, we definitely goals. It's definitely the states. We have a lot of talent to do it, and we just got to execute and focus on our goals. And if we can get out of the region, I think we have a legitimate shot at states.
The Player in Focus is brought to you by Madlax. Madlax is DC, Maryland, and Virginia Lacrosse. And now Tommy Joes presents the rankings. In Montgomery County, lots and lots of action, but not a lot of movement. Churchill will remain the team to beat until next time around. Over in Virginia, Woodson getting hot and climbing the ladder, and Oakton continues their improbable march through the postseason. On the private scene, there's 20-win Gonzaga, and then there's everybody else. Landon finishes at number 2 after claiming the IIC crown. Overall, St. Stephen's climbs the ladder after claiming the Virginia private title. Tune into the 2012 Roundup Wrap-Up for final 2012 rankings. The rankings are proudly presented by Tommy Joes, serving great food in a great atmosphere, located in Bethesda. Visit them at TommyJoes.com. Next week on the DMV Lacrosse Roundup, it's everything you ever hoped for in an online lacrosse show. A whole season's worth of goals, saves, hits, and more. Final rankings and the area's top players. Plus, we'll have some of the first season's best moments all in one place. No one can afford to miss this one.